So anyone paying attention may have noticed that I haven't made a video in the past week on YouTube. Well, that's not exactly accurate. I've actually made kind of several videos, but I've been doing something a little bit different. I've been trying to do a little bit of outreach. Now, I haven't done this since the day I joined YouTube back in 2006. Until a couple of weeks ago. In 2006, the way I joined up at YouTube was I was on a bulletin board. It was internet based and it was for tobacco control people. So it was people who worked in tobacco control. And somebody had put up a link to a video that some young person had put up on YouTube that was quitting smoking, and they thought, well, that was kind of a novel thing. You know, they hadn't seen that before, where somebody was putting in and wanting to help other people quit. He was quitting himself, and they put a link to the video. And I went and I watched the video, and I realized, oh, I had some resources that I thought could help the guy. So I sent him the resources, and it kind of didn't go anywhere. I don't even remember if he ever responded to it. I didn't see others like that around. I didn't know to look for him at that point, and I thought, yeah, that really kind of didn't go anywhere. So I kind of, let it go. Well, a couple of weeks ago, someone had made a comment on one of my videos saying that they went to look for my earliest video and to see, what I was saying back at the time when I put my first YouTube video up, and he came across that video. So when I went and looked at it, I kind of remembered that I had done that, and hadn't thought about it since in many ways. Well, I kind of did a search at that point about people quitting smoking, and well, now there were lots of people doing this online. And I realized I have all these resources, maybe I could help some of them. So I've been experimenting with how to deal with this. Now, some of the people had really large followings, and I was going to put a post into their feed, but then I realized, if I did that, it was going to look like I was just trying to get their members, and it's not what I was trying to do. And so I sent them private messages, and I had this material if they were welcome to use it if they needed help, and that's one of the reasons I was sending it. But I was doing it privately because if they didn't want it on their channel, they didn't have to put it up, but if they would let people know. Well, no one let them know. Well, okay, they kind of made it clear, I felt. They didn't respond to me at all, and, I took that as a no. There were other people who had videos up that basically had no followings. They had, 2 or 3 people. They were likely family members, and I didn't feel that intimidated by, offering them help. And I was trying to think, okay, so what's a simple way for me to do this? So I made a short video, and this has all been unlisted. That's why no one's seen this stuff unless you happen to be on these channels. So I think I made like 5 or 6 videos now responding to people. And I made this one video saying, kind of just doing a short introduction of myself. I think it was like a 1.5-minute video that I have this material to help. And, take a look at this. And if you want any specific information, I can help you with that. I think I sent it again to, it was probably 10 people. Well, it only ever had 5 views, meaning people who I sent it to and all the people who were on that channel, and again, it was only 2 or 3 people, but still, they never saw that video. So I was about to write the whole thing off, realizing, and again, some people looked at it, and some people even commented on it, but it wasn't like it was helping a lot of people, and it took a bit of time to do these kind of responses. I was going to let it go. Well, all of a sudden, there was one woman, though, who was going in for surgery, would have been a couple of days ago now, and she had quit smoking, and she wasn't planning on quitting smoking until the day of the surgery, but she was, 6 days into a quit now, and she was going to, hopefully keep it going, and I don't know where she's at this point. I don't know. I'm hoping she got through her surgery okay. I'm hoping she stayed off, but I realized that was one that was important, because here was someone who was kind of facing an immediate risk of their smoking, because it's much trickier to do surgery on a person who is a smoker. And if they quit smoking even a week before surgery, they greatly reduce their risks. And she was there. And I wanted to make sure she stayed there, to get going into the surgery and to understand the importance of what she was doing. So I sent her a reply. I think I sent her the link to the video, and I sent some reference material to her about the importance of quitting before surgery. And she got back to me, and she hopefully, she got that message. And I realized, this really, I wasn't going to abandon it yet. And so I started to do a little bit more interaction with people. And I found that when I sent them just the video, that they didn't really look at that. But when I actually just specifically sent them information on the channel, that was getting some responses. And then there were actually now a few that I did videos for, because it was faster almost for me to do videos in response to the details that they were putting into their video than it would be to try to write this stuff out. And I actually ended up making one person a 55-minute video because of how much detail that they had gone into. It was a young woman and her husband, her husband was off smoking for several years, and she was just quitting now, and he kind of came in to help offer support to people and understanding of what it's like over the long term. So that was kind of a novel video. And I in the process of doing this, and I don't know if I'm going to stick with this or not, I'm kind of playing around with this right now. In the process of this, though, and the way I'm finding these videos is I'm just going to YouTube and typing in quit smoking or quitting smoking or stop smoking and looking for things that have just been up that day. I guess I can go back years and do this, but I'm just basically dealing with people as they're quitting right now. Some of the advice that I'm seeing on videos. First, there's a whole bunch of videos when I'm doing this, which is basically just people trying to get them to switch to vaping. And that seems to be a lot of people putting out videos to do this. And again, I'm not dealing with that at all. I'm just I'm doing this kind of just as a heads up to people. If you're looking for information online to quit smoking, you're going to get a lot of people trying to get you to vape. I see people, trying to promote their hypnosis kind of businesses. I see that online. There's a lot of stuff out there, but I see very well-meaning people who are basically. I saw two of them that were they just blew me away because they were really advocating. I mean, really advocating the gradual reduction approach. Well, I'll put a video description in my video description here, my link to my quitting by gradual reduction. And when I made the video and when I write the article, I lay out a really good gradual reduction approach. And at the end, it's trying to make it clear that this was torture, what I am laying out here, that you wouldn't do this to your worst enemy. And if you won't do it to your worst enemy, please don't do this to yourself either. Well, here I found a couple that were just, again, very well-meaning people. They were serious. It wasn't like they were trying to promote a business. It wasn't like they were trying to make money. They were trying to tell you, this is a great way to quit smoking. They were in the middle of the process. One of them was, and I don't remember the status of what the other one was, but it was like you could see they were sincere, and they were laying out a gradual reduction process, which is more prolonged than my gradual reduction process, which I was setting up to, torture people. And I think one of them, literally had something in there about actually once you're off, every a few days you should still take one to help secure this gradual reduction process. And it was just mind-boggling to me. But it makes me realize what a Wild West situation is out there on the internet for people looking for help and assistance. I actually I think I wrote to both of them, and I didn't put it right on their channel because again, to me, that would be like someone coming into my channel and saying, nobody should be going cold turkey and they should all be using these products. And I wouldn't let that happen on my channel. So why should I do this to somebody else's channel? But I tried to, put it in that, please just look at this information, consider what you're telling people. If you want, share this. I don't really expect that to happen, but maybe they'll change their tune. And I actually haven't looked to see. I never got a response. So when I don't get a response, I'm assuming they're ignoring what I had said. And I haven't looked to see if they ever did anything further on their channel, and I'm not sure. It'll take me a while probably to find those. I'm just thinking about it right now to see if maybe they did put something up to alter what they were suggesting. But anyway, I am online. I am around. It's just I'm not where you are necessarily seeing me. I'm kind of out there and I don't know how long I'm going to do this, but I'm going to see, if this does pick up, that I really see that this is helping people. I'll probably stick with it more. But I kind of want to just do an announcement of why I haven't been around. I'm okay. Nothing's going wrong. It's just I'm kind of out in the steep recesses of YouTube, trying to help people where I can. So anyway, I still have the Ask Joel page up. So if anybody has any questions or things that they want me to address, or maybe I'll make new videos by things that get put into the Ask Joel video. That's up there now for this year. And I'm around if you go look for me. But again, if you need specific information, just get in touch, and I'll be glad to help any way I can. The way to quit smoking is very clear. The way to stay off is very clear. That's kind of the message I'm trying to get out to all these people. With whatever other area I'm addressing with them, I'm trying to get the one key piece of information that everybody needs to know to be able to quit and stay off. And what that is, to actually quit and be able to stay off over the duration, it's a matter of making and sticking to a personal commitment to never take another puff.